This one thing isn't just the right thing to do, but it's a profitability multiplier for your agency.
When you start focusing on accessibility as part of your service offerings, you can grow your revenue, and you can grow your revenue in two ways. One, on new website projects. You can take on more high value projects and clients when accessibility is part of what you offer.
Now, this talk is actually from our 2023 Web Agency Summit, the largest virtual event in the agency space. I'm going to link similar talks in the description, but for now, let's get into the content.
Remember before when I was talking about federally funded projects and websites are required by law to be accessible? Colleges, universities, government, grant-funded nonprofits. If you can offer this as a service, then you are much more likely to get that RFP or to sell them, be able to outreach and be like, yes, I can fulfill your needs. So you can get bigger projects. And the same thing applies for enterprise, even outside of federally funded or government sector. Large enterprise businesses really care about quality code. Performance is really important to them. Search engine optimization and accessibility is part of that. And there are large organizations, especially in certain countries or certain states in the United States or different places around the world, where they know that they need accessibility to be a big part of what they're doing. And that is all they're going to consider is agencies that focus on accessibility. And these are high budget projects, which I'll talk a little bit about in just a second. And then the second way that you can have more revenue is that accessibility can bring greater opportunities for recurring revenue. So it's not just we build accessibility into a project, but we can talk about creating service plans or adding accessibility to our existing service plans where we're billing people who have existing websites to audit them, find problems, remediate or fix those problems, and then monitor them on a regular recurring monthly basis. So these are kind of the two buckets that we're going to be talking about today. But what I have up on the slide, and I'm going to describe it for anyone who can't see, is a graph that shows the average project price for my company from 2008 until today, 2023. It's a bar chart. There's 2 bars on each year, or there could be 2 bars on each year. So these are fully custom websites, which did have an accessibility component to them. And then the other bars are template builds. So when I first got started, I was a freelancer. I worked all on my own. I did the design, development. I started working a lot in Genesis. I then brought on some team members. My husband joined me. Our first hire was a developer, and we became a Genesis recommended agency. And back in the day when there were like 10 of them, all we did was customized Genesis builds. So they had custom child themes, or sometimes we even took an existing child theme and we modified it. And then maybe we said, okay, we're going to add a custom post type. And so we'll need to have a design for this because that doesn't exist in the template. So we did a lot of those kinds of builds from 2010, from when I started, until about 2018 or so. The template build price average, when I went back and I was looking at our numbers for this and I was thinking about that, it was lower than I thought it was in retrospect. So we were charging in 2018, this number is, I think, under $5,000 on average for a customized template build. And really, the websites that we were building there were typically a website in combination with a marketing package. So we would also maybe do social media for them, or we'd write blog posts for them on a regular basis. And so the website was a little bit of an upsell to a degree. That wasn't where we were making a lot of our revenue. So this obviously isn't a revenue chart, but this is sort of where our prices were. So what this looks like on the chart is a little bit under $4,000 for template builds in 2018. We went up to about $10,000 for template builds in 2019. In 2019, we did our first, what we would consider 100% fully custom website. That one is the biggest, tallest bar on this chart. It was a $94,000 project. It was huge. It was the first project that we brought in users to test, and it was for a government agency. And we looked at this and we said, we did one project for $95,000. Our whole team worked on it for many months. And we compared that to the experience that we had working on these $10,000 website builds, where it's saying, okay, in order to support our team, now we're talking about, do we have to launch 20 of these a year? Like, what is the volume we have to do? And we realized we don't like that as much. We also realized we really enjoy accessibility. It's interesting, it's a nice challenge, and we just like doing things really, really tightly and well, and where everything had a design. That one project in 2019 and looking at the difference in those was a big thing for us. And so we decided in 2020, of course, 2020 was weird, COVID happened. We got no custom projects, so there's nothing on there. Our template build average price, when I looked at it, actually went down. I think it was closer to $8,000 for what we were charging for those websites. But we started putting our plans into place. And in 2021, that's when we launched Equalize Digital from what our company used to be called. We did a whole rebrand. This is when we really started saying we are only going to do custom. We had sort of a mix at the beginning of 2021 where we were wrapping up some template builds that we had pre-sold. The average price for template builds in 2021 was about the same, like $8,000 or $9,000. But you noticed our custom price went up over $25,000. Then in 2022, we stopped doing template. There aren't any more. And our average price went up to, I think it's about $45,000 on this chart. And then so far this year, our average price for projects is over $60,000 for each project. And really the biggest difference for us was saying we are going to focus on accessibility. We're going to focus on building really tightly defined and created websites that have highly thought about user experiences, custom designs for every page, not every blog post, but every major page or major page template, and really focusing on what the code quality was underlying. And because we did that, we were able to very dramatically, as you can see, increase what we were charging for projects. And for us, it's been great. We've really appreciated that. So that's a little behind the scenes and maybe a little bit longer, but I know sometimes we're all interested in like, what do other people charge? And this is an honest look at what we were charging and what we're charging now.
If you enjoyed this video and want more actionable strategies to grow your business, then you have to check out our new playlist, Tips for Agency Growth. It's filled with previous Web Agency Summit talks and actionable tips you can implement right away. My name is Atarim, and I'll catch you in the next one.